Secretary.
Mr. Secretary.
How are you this morning?
You have a tentative agreement that's going to be announced later today. What's still not decided on when we all went to bed? Will there be a payroll tax cut, and how will you extend unemployment benefits?
Well, let me just say, Mark Meadows and I are going up to meet with Mitch McConnell shortly. So as I said, we have a fundamental agreement. We still have a lot of text that was being worked on over the night and a lot of the details. The president's priority for the moment is to get money into Americans quickly. And one of the problems with the payroll tax cut is it takes time. So we are much more focused right now on the direct payments. The unemployment insurance, we're going back up to see the new language and work through that. But I think we're very clear on we're not going to pay people more to stay home than to work. So we're looking at something that looks like a 70% wage replacement, and we're working on the mechanics of that.
Will there be a payroll tax cut in the bill?
Not in this, but we're going to come back again. You know, there may be a CARES 5.0. The president, again, is focused on money in American workers and American pockets right now.
So you've rolled it out for this legislative package?
Again, what's going to be rolled out this morning, again, kids and jobs, money to Americans quickly.
Mr. Secretary, what amount of money has been allocated for testing?
We've agreed on $25 billion for testing, which is there's $9 billion left over, and we're topping it up with $16 billion, so $25 billion.
25 is not new money, 16 is new money.
16 is new money, but again, $25 billion is what they thought they needed. They didn't realize that we had $9 billion left over. And again, we've been giving the states plenty of money. This money hasn't been used. And by the way, if it turns out we need more money than $25 billion, we'll go back and ask Congress for more money. The president wants to make sure people in nursing homes, people going to schools, they can get tested, and they will be.
Secretary Mnuchin, just to be very clear on the unemployment benefits, they run out at the end of the month. Currently, Americans are receiving $600 paychecks. Will they continue to receive those $600 paychecks? What will the dollar amount?
So what I want to be clear on, when we did this, we did it in an emergency situation. And we did it in a situation where these computers were 30 years old, 40 years old, 50 years old. We didn't know what they could do. So we knew the only thing we could do at that point was pick one number across the board. And we realized that for certain people that would be too much, certain people that would be too little. We thought about doing it by state, 400, 600, 800 in different places. So people shouldn't focus on the number right now. What people should focus on, this is intended to be wage replacement. So we're focused on the percentage, which is about 70%. So nobody's going to get more than $600. But again, if you were making $300, you're not going to get $600 this time. And that's fair. People understand that.
And Mr. Secretary, on funding for schools, there's been a discussion of a carrot versus a stick approach. Has the president finally agreed to do it more with the carrot approach in terms of
I don't think in any way saying it's a carrot versus a stick approach is at all fair. So first of all, let me just say, Speaker Pelosi had $100 billion in the HEROES Act. We're going to put up $105 billion. So we've basically seen her number and raised it a little bit. So hopefully we have an agreement with the Democrats on that. The reason why we're sending money to schools is, in many places, to safely reopen, you have to change schools. Whether kids come in some days a week and they have smaller classrooms, or you change classrooms. So some of the money will go out on a per student basis across the board, and some of the money will be based upon you have expenses to reopen safely. You submit those expenses, and I think that makes sense. So we don't want to incent students not to go into school. We don't want to force them to go into school.
The president has talked about cutting funding for schools that do not reopen. Is that still on the table?
What's in the proposal right now is more money for schools. Again, this is about kids and jobs, and some of the money is based upon, half of the money is based upon additional expenses for reopening. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys. When do you expect to pass? Thank you.
Well, we're focused on